They say some celebrities love to live in the spotlight, while others try to hide from it like it's the plague. And in that second category, Keanu Reeves sits comfortably with his mysterious aura, quiet charm, and those sad boy memes that made him the internet's favorite soft-hearted action hero. But now the world is buzzing because Keanu Reeves and his longtime partner Alexandra Grant may have just pulled off the ultimate Hollywood plot twist, a secret wedding. Yes, you heard that right. Whispers and speculation are flying faster than John Wick dodging bullets, and fans are losing their collective minds at the idea that the world's most humble superstar might have walked down the aisle without so much as a People magazine exclusive or a red carpet reveal. Instead, what we got was an Instagram post from Alexandra that has lit up the internet like the 4th of July, sending detectives in the comment sections on full-blown investigative missions. So, let's rewind for a second. For years, Keanu and Alexandra have been that rare Hollywood couple who actually seem like, well, normal people. They're not screaming at paparazzi, they're not pushing brand deals on Instagram couples accounts, and they're not using each other for reality TV clout. Instead, they've been spotted quietly strolling hand in hand at events, attending art shows, and looking genuinely happy in the kind of way that makes everyone sigh, wow, maybe true love still exists in Hollywood after all. But now, with Alexandra posting a snap of her kissing Keanu and throwing in the cryptic caption, "Good news is much needed," suddenly fans are convinced that this wasn't just a casual PDA moment. This was their way of confirming they secretly tied the knot. Naturally, the internet did what it always does, exploded into chaos. One half of fans immediately started planning the fairy tale, imagining Keanu in a sleek tuxedo at some candlelit European villa, Alexandra in a flowing gown designed by an avant-garde fashion house, and the guest list filled with A-listers secretly sworn to secrecy like they joined a Hollywood version of the Illuminati. The other half went full detective mode, analyzing Alexandra's jewelry, zooming in on Keanu's fingers for any hint of a ring, and trying to decode whether good news was just a feel-good caption or a sly marriage announcement. Because let's be real, in today's celebrity culture, fans aren't just watching, they're basically unpaid investigators with too much time and a lot of theories. Now here's where it gets even juicier. Unlike the Kardashians who would have live-streamed their vows on Instagram with branded champagne and a Hulu crew hiding in the bushes, Keanu and Alexandra have always done things on their own terms. Remember when the two first stepped out publicly as a couple? It was at the LACMA Art and Film Gala back in 2019, and the internet went nuts because, shocker, Keanu Reeves was finally publicly acknowledging he had a girlfriend. And even more shocking to shallow Hollywood gossipers at the time, she wasn't a 22-year-old influencer, she wasn't a Victoria's Secret angel, and she wasn't part of some fame-hungry dynasty family. She was Alexandra Grant, a respected artist, philanthropist, and someone who clearly wasn't dating Keanu for clout, but because, brace yourself, she actually liked him as a person. Imagine that. So, with that context, the idea that these two might have gotten married in a super low-key way actually makes total sense. Keanu's not the type to sell his wedding photos to a magazine. He's the type to say, "I do" in a quiet ceremony with maybe a dozen people around, then go home and order takeout sushi with his new wife. And fans, while desperate for details, also weirdly respect that about him. Because Keanu Reeves has built a reputation as the internet's boyfriend precisely because he isn't like other celebrities. He rides the subway, he takes pictures with fans without being a diva, he donates huge portions of his money to charities without making a PR stunt out of it. He's almost too good to be true, which is why people are so invested in this possible wedding. But let's not forget, in Hollywood, rumors are like wildfire. Once one tiny spark catches, the flames spread out of control. Some fans are already taking Alexandra's good news caption as gospel truth. Others are saying, hold on, maybe it was just about a project, or maybe she was being playful. But here's the kicker. She posted it alongside a kissy photo with Keanu, something she doesn't usually plaster on social media. That's not exactly the kind of random post you throw out there if you're just announcing a new art installation. No, this had romance written all over it, and fans are reading between every possible line. Meanwhile, celebrity blogs are having their time right now. Headlines are popping up everywhere with "secret wedding" in all caps, speculating about guest lists, possible honeymoon destinations, and what Alexandra's dress might have looked like. Some are even suggesting that Keanu could have gotten married during one of their recent European trips away from the nosy eyes of Hollywood paparazzi. And let's be honest, if there's any celebrity couple capable of pulling off a wedding without anyone knowing, it's these two. They could have exchanged webs in a tiny Paris chapel, then slipped into the night for croissants and champagne, and we'd still be sitting here clueless until Alexandra casually dropped a breadcrumb on Instagram. Of course, as with any juicy rumor, not everyone is convinced. Skeptics are saying maybe we're reading too much into this, that maybe Alexandra was just celebrating good vibes in the world that desperately needs some, and that the kiss was just a public show of affection rather than a coded announcement. But skeptics clearly underestimate how much people love to romanticize Keanu Reeves. The guy is basically Hollywood's ultimate good guy, and the internet is rooting for his happiness like it's the final act of a rom-com. Everyone wants to believe that after all the personal tragedies he's endured, losing his longtime partner Jennifer Syme, the stillbirth of their child, years of private heartbreak, Keanu finally got his happily ever after. So when a photo drops of him looking in love and happy, people aren't just scrolling past, they're bookmarking, screenshotting, and writing entire fantasy novels about what that love story looks like. And let's not forget about the meme culture. Within hours of Alexandra's post, Twitter and Instagram were full of jokes like, Keanu Reeves is the only man who could keep a wedding secret in the age of TikTok leaks. Or imagine being invited to Keanu's wedding and not being allowed to post a single Insta story. Torture. Others joked about how even the paparazzi respect Keanu too much to stalk his wedding, or how the officiant was probably Morpheus himself, leading Neo into a whole new kind of Matrix. The humor is endless, but it all boils down to one thing. People love Keanu Reeves and they want this to be true. Now, the real question is, will Keanu or Alexandra ever confirm this? Don't hold your breath, these two are masters of subtlety. They've been together for years and have never once paraded their relationship for publicity. If anything, the Instagram kiss post might be the closest thing we'll ever get to a confirmation, and honestly, that's probably enough for them. They don't need the spectacle. But that won't stop fans and tabloids from speculating for months. Expect headlines about mystery rings, honeymoon sightings, and secret vows to dominate gossip blogs for the foreseeable future. And here's the kicker. Whether it's true or not, the rumor itself is almost more powerful than a confirmation. It adds to Keanu's mystique, fuels the fan love, and keeps the spotlight on him in the exact way he probably hates but can't escape. After all, in a world where celebrities stage paparazzi shoots just to get attention, Keanu's quiet, mysterious love life is a refreshing change. And maybe that's the real reason people are so obsessed with this possible wedding. It's not about the dress or the rings, it's about rooting for a guy who has always put kindness and humility above fame, finally getting his happy ending. So, whether Keanu and Alexandra are legally husband and wife or just happily in love, one thing is for sure, the internet is here for it. Fans are raising glasses, memes are flying, and the rumor mill is grinding at full speed. And honestly, if anything, in the world where most celebrity news feels like recycled drama, this one actually feels good. Keanu Reeves being secretly married, that's the kind of story that makes you smile even if you're not sure it's true. And that's the beauty of Hollywood gossip. Sometimes the rumor is just as magical as the reality. So keep your detective hats on, because whether it's a secret wedding, a quiet engagement, or just another romantic chapter in their love story, Keanu or Alexandra have given us something to obsess over, laugh about, and root for. And honestly, don't we all need a little good news right now? So there you have it, the whispers, the clues, the fan theories, and the memes, the entire internet circus around Keanu Reeves and Alexandra Grant's maybe wedding. Until the day they come out and say, yes, we did it, we'll just be piecing together breadcrumbs like the gossip detectives we are. But let's be real, if anyone can keep a wedding under wraps in this day and age, it's Keanu Reeves. He's basically the John Wick of privacy. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks for tuning in, and if you love diving into the mystery of Keanu's possible secret vows with Alexandra, don't forget to subscribe to Inside Hollywood for more star-studded gossip, celebrity news, and the stories that keep Hollywood buzzing. Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars and your memes ready, because the next big rumor could drop any minute.